Look at me.
Sure.
Look at me.
Sure.
I'm the captain now.
Alright, here is Captain America. I like the fact that they do this blue aesthetic for him as his like signature color. And that's my nameplate right there. I don't know what this one is. Nameplate 77. I like what that looks like. It makes him look a little more modern. And it kind of borderline fits my suit I currently have on, which is the Ultimate Patriot. Now, there's a couple suits I have is ready for action. I like this one right here. I like that. You know, I can always switch out and do some shield play with them. But for his suits in particular, my cap will wear the Ultimate Patriot. I don't mind the Ultimate. That's pretty nice. These ones are actually pretty nice too. I like these. The only thing I don't like about these is the ears, you know, not being covered. But outside of that, plated protector is just another version of the Ultimate Patriot. And then I'm not a big fan of the Marvel Studios Avengers. After using it, I'm not as big of a fan with that one for him, but I do like the in-game suit, of course. And then this is a sleeper. The steampunk for him is a sleeper, because it decorates the shield too. So I like that about these suits. And then of course, how can you not like the Sentinel of Liberty and the oh, where's it at? Yeah, the Covert Commando's cool. U.S. Agent's nice. So how could you not like those? But as it stands right now, I'm wearing the Ultimate Patriot. But now we got what do we got for minor artifacts? So we got the Norn Stone of Cosmic. What did I say? Norn Stone of Cosmic Nullification, and this provides resilience, valor, and resolve. And then you see the Vital Cosmic Aura perk. 62% chance of reviving a downed teammate to generate a temporary aura of cosmic energy, and then restoring willpower to any teammates within range, and then cosmic protection, reducing damage from cosmic attacks by 26%. Now you see I have a few down here. I have this one that I could put on him if I really wanted to get more out of his melee and a little bit more out of his precision. That's something I may look into, you know, in terms of him, because he does throw his shield a lot. So I probably should look into something like that. But the problem is he just takes a big hit in terms of his defense and his heroic. So I don't know if I want to entertain that as much. But this is one that I would be close to wanting to entertain. If not, if we check out the second minor artifact, we got the Norn Stone of Justice, Precision, Valor, and Might. I don't care for the gear perk on this one as much in terms of the Karmic Justice. 2% chance large robotic enemies will drop gear when defeated. Not a big deal to me, but the perks are pretty good. So if I want to, you know, do something with him, I could look at potentially switching these out, or going to look for some more, which isn't a bad idea. And then I'm using the Tacticon with him just because of his damage he's doing in terms of these attacks here. So we'll start with the Iron Gloves of Nomad for the melee. Cryo Augment, light combo finisher deals cryo damage. Heavy power attacks deal cryo damage, and then 30% increased status damage from Brooklyn Brawler. So this definitely helps increase his ultimate heroic. And then the Hive Mind Resonator has ranged attack deals cosmic damage, and then critical hits deal additional cosmic damage. The Cosmic Accelerator, range power attacks deal cosmic damage, scattering combusted cosmic energy across targets, and then Cosmic Potentiator increases the amount of cosmic damage dealt with any attack. So this is just a triple stack right here. And I wish I did have a cosmic for this one as well. I don't think I do. One that's worth using. No, I don't. But I don't switch. I mean, I don't switch with him too often. Like, this one's cool, right? This is in enemy range, crit grants invulnerability, range power attacks, and a Tachyon Surge. Technically, maybe this one should be on him because of the Tachyon Surge. I do like what this is providing him. They're both the same in terms of might, valor, and precision. So if I really wanted to, I could switch this out and just put this on him, because I'm still getting cosmic damage, and then an invulnerability buff would be nice along with a Tachyon Surge. And let's see, so my melee falls, and my precision falls if I actually switch out. Now, it's not a big fall, so it's okay. But that's something I can interchange and not really have too much of a problem there. But, you know, this may work better with the Tactagon. So it really just depends on what you're trying to do. The Tachyon Surge works because of the status damage, and that with the Tactagon alone will also actually do a lot when you think about it. So, like, why not? And then defense, the reactive buff chestplate taking damage grants a damage buff, damage reduction to gamma, and then armed when in proximity to other teammates. So I think that just boosts the armor when you're around somebody else. This I haven't done with not much with, and you see I don't have much gear for him. And then I have the rampart or the helm of the super soldier. A rally cry breaker increases damage from rally cry. The heroic assistance boosts the heroic support by 18% charge rate, and then increases the duration of rally cry by 3 seconds. So his support ability goes through the roof with this basically, and I like that. This one, alternatively, the rampart of the nomad, you know, further reduces the impact resistance applied while debuffed after a parry, and then support and rally cry. So similar, but not exactly what I'm looking for. That's why I have that on him. And those are my melee gear pieces here. You know, I just got these pieces. Not really worried about them, but those are the pieces I got there. And then of course with the Tactagon, that's what we got going on here. Now I don't have a name for this. I might just really kind of call this the captain build, because being a leader, being heroic, his heroic is surging, his range is surging, his melee's surging. So I can make some slight tweaks to do that if I needed to. But those are my gear set pieces for Captain America. Now if we go into skills, you would think it'd be an intrinsic, right? But it's not. Now Commander's parry is great, because you can block and then use square. Or Commander's call right here. This taunts enemies, drawing their attention. Also triggers the captain's defense. That significantly reduces the cost for blocking enemy attacks by 50% and reduces all damage taken by 15%. So when you come into his mastery in the intrinsic area, Captain's defense increases the duration of the captain's defense by 8 seconds, and it's triggered by that captain call's ability where you press R2 and triangle at the same time. Alternatively, you can do this, increasing the timing window to parry incoming attacks by 20% when the captain's defense buff is active. The buff is triggered by the commander's call ability. So you get captain's defense with commander's call. Then you can reduce the cost of intrinsic attacks by 15%. To me, I think that's a little redundant, because surprisingly Cap really doesn't have that many intrinsic attacks. You know, it's really just the shield stuff, you know, holding R2 and then pressing square, and he'll block and then do that little swing around move as you saw. I think it's called like Captain Strike or something like that. And then of course Captain's Call. Those are intrinsic. But he doesn't really have intrinsic moves. Maybe his shield block is intrinsic to him, so it'll reduce the cost of that. But I don't really see a need for you to use defensive or defense attack efficiency 1 for Cap. Come over here. Defeating enemies refreshes Captain's charge, right? And then Captain's charge buff lasts 3 more seconds. And this is triggered by Commander's parry, which is the, you know, holding R2 you press square. That's how you get this move. So it lasts for 3 more seconds, or it refreshes the charge. So either way you want to look at it, that's how you take advantage of those 2 moves. Here, while the captain's charge buff is active, melee and ranged attacks will break enemy block, which is good actually. You want that to happen. Or you can do this, while the captain's defense buff is active, blocking attacks drains no intrinsic energy. Buff is triggered by commander's call, of course. Then you have this, increase the duration of taunt caused by commander's call by 5 seconds. So that's how you can take advantage of taunt with the commander's call. However, when you think about his other, mastery abilities, he really doesn't have too much that deals with taunting. So you're kind of at a loss for the taunt stuff. I guess it's just to take attention off your other heroes, maybe help them set up other moves, but he has nothing that really innately takes advantage of taunting, especially in his mastery, and most likely you're not going to see anything in his specialty, because those are just for his heroic attacks. So nothing here for taunt, and even if you come over here, there's nothing for taunt. Oh well, except for this one. Now this also further taunts, but again, it's really just a matter. You're really playing decoy with Captain America at that point, because he doesn't have anything that would boost damage or anything like that for taunted enemies. So the fact that they have two different types of skills in two different areas around taunt, but there's nothing that really takes advantage of taunt outside of just being a decoy, is a little interesting. But don't forget, in order to activate Commander's Call, you gotta do, while blocking, press triangle and he'll smack the shield, which is cool. That creates a taunt, and it also activates Captain's Defense. That significantly reduces the cost of blocking enemy attacks and reduces all damage. And then of course, alternatively, you want Commander's Parry. While you're blocking, press triangle. That's what he does there. This activates Captain's Charge, and this buff increases the damage and impact of the next light, heavy, or ranged attack by 10%. And then if you want to refresh it, you just defeat enemies outlined in the skills that are selected. He's low in terms of his champion skills, champion 17, but the usual would be boosting his critical attack chance and critical attack damage, as well as his gear perk chance and stun and status damage. Doing those, and then of course increasing the charge rate, and then defense and willpower recovery effectiveness. That's what I'm going to aim for in terms of him when it comes to that. If we look at his specialties, on his support heroic, I have increased the duration of rally cry by 5 seconds, and then with the gear piece adding another 3 seconds, it lasts for another 8 seconds. And then here, critical attacks on enemies marked by rally cry deal 15% additional stun damage. Let's see, defeated enemies have a chance to drop intrinsic orb or regen pack. I don't care for intrinsic orb for his shield blocking, and regen pack I'm probably fine on. So all these taunting, not a big deal. Yeah, and then grants a defensive buff that reduces damage by 25%. So Call to Arms could be effective in terms of turning Cap into a support character and helping him along with all the team members to reduce damage. The Assault Heroic, I have the Tide Breaker. So when I send it out and I press R2 again, it goes out a second time to do some more damage. I like that. Now of course you got Secret Weapon where you can hold 2 charges of Steamroller. And then you have the increase the stun damage. But I'd rather have 2 that do additional damage. And then the other side of the Assault Heroic is Vanguard Charge. Every 2 enemies defeated with Steamroller generates a Heroic Orb. So it just keeps that on constant recharge. You could go Regen Pack or Intrinsic Orb, but Heroic Orb fits him a lot more. Then for the Ultimate Heroic, while Brooklyn Brawler is active, ranged attack damage and impact are increased by 25%. So throwing that shield around does a whole lot more damage. And then of course you could increase the impact and deal guaranteed critical attack damage with the combo, like combo finisher. So if it's guaranteed critical attack damage, I think I'm gonna do this, because with his heroic so high, this actually works a lot better. And then CQC Specialist, takedowns can be performed on critically wounded enemies. That's what's up. So it just automates takedowns. Then over here, what I have is Unfair Advantage, grants 25% more energy to Brooklyn Brawler when collecting heroic orbs. So you want that Brooklyn Brawler activated more often, keep that on. You also got this, blocking will stop any attack, which is nice. Takedowns extend the duration of Brooklyn Brawler by 3 seconds. So Adrenaline Rush with the CQC Specialist will actually keep it active. So it depends on how you want to use your Brooklyn Brawler, but that's what I got going on for his skills. And in terms of his mastery, we have ranged damage mastery, increase all range attack damage by 15%. We have stun damage increase, and increase the damage by 25% of both light and heavy combo finishers. This is where I might switch back to this because of Brooklyn Brawler. This deals way more damage now as a result of that. And then for this, boost heroic charge speed by 1% when dealing damage with either light or heavy attacks. And then increase the critical attack damage by 15%. And I might do that because I get guaranteed critical attack damage with Brooklyn Brawler. So I actually might put that back on there. And then of course you could do this, increase the critical attack damage by 15% when air juggling enemies. And doesn't really quite work for him because he only hits enemies like what, twice? He doesn't have a real air combo, so it's not as effective in my opinion for Cap. And then heroic takedowns drop heroic orbs, so keep that Brooklyn Brawler active, and you can guarantee some critical attack damage with your light combo finishers. Ranged attack, enhanced throw increases the speed and damage of all shield throws by 15%, so that increases damage. As you saw, I kind of had a shield buffed up with the previous skill masteries that I had activated, but I still giving it a bit of a boost there. I like this. You can pin enemies if you wanted to. You can follow up, and then yep, boom, that's cool, but I'm good. I like just increasing the speed and damage. And then you got the power throw damage, increased damage by 15% against each target that is hit by a ranged power attack. So this is how you can really buff that shield up. And then perfect catching boosts the damage by 15% and critical attack chance by 35% of the next throw. So again, play around with some of these if you want, but I definitely like it, just increasing straight up damage output off the rip as opposed to, you know, gambling with it. But if you throw the shield enough, you'll end up with a critical attack chance anyway. And then here, precision regen, 10% chance to generate a regen pack when defeating enemies with headshots. So if I needed health, that I could do, but I have this one on, which generates heroic orbs. Of course, you can do intrinsic or the regen pack, but heroic orb just keeps him constantly active. And rally cry, as you saw with the gear, does a lot of good damage. But energy boost, you got to increase the maximum amount of intrinsic shield block by 15%. I like that. Not a big deal. His shield blocking stuff is not a big deal to me, so do what you want with it. Increase the amount of intrinsic shield block energy by 15%, so another boost there. But I don't know, it's weird. I mean, his shield block is nice though, it is cool, but it doesn't seem like it's as effective as it could be, but maybe that's just me. And then here, of course, reduces the amount of intrinsic energy the shield block takes when blocking attack, so why not when I'm trying to use it. My cap is fairly straightforward with physical attacks with some ranged increased improvements, and then, you know, heroic. So I think making that last call switch was a smart idea for Captain America. I have all his takedowns that I could get so far. Captain America is pretty legit, man. I like him. Especially this takedown here with Kate Bishop using her teleport technology. This is the Captain America build I have. I think I'm just gonna call it the Captain's build because it's relatively straightforward, just like that. Any tips or tricks that you may have for me or that you learned from this build, let me know down in the live chat or in the comment section below. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Help those scientists defeat AIM's forces.
Commander's call. I'm trying to do whoa. Oh my.
Who you gonna call? Oh, Buster!
Boom. That's Commander's parry. And then defeating enemies refreshes. See how the damage? Just a 10% increase. Ooh, see that mirror? Bop.
Ooh. The scientists are safe. Sending them pickup coordinates so they can evacuate.